Did you know that a small mistake at night could be the reason you might not wake up? It's not just bad luck or an aging heart. The causes are often subtle, silent, and surprisingly common. Many people don't even realize they're at risk. This video isn't meant to scare you, but to help protect you, because the risk of dying in your sleep after 70 is often avoidable. The information shared today focuses on everyday habits or signs that can build up over time. If you catch them early, you can stop a hidden danger from taking your life prematurely. For many older adults, sleep is a vulnerable time. Your body relaxes, your defenses lower, and if certain conditions aren't managed, the results can be fatal. But it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, some of the most effective actions you can take to protect your sleep and health only take a few minutes a day. In this video, we'll cover 4 crucial tips that can significantly lower your risk of dying in your sleep after age 70. You'll learn how to recognize danger signals, what daily changes are most important, and why these steps could save not just your sleep, but your life. Number 1. Uncontrolled blood pressure at night. It might surprise you, but many sudden deaths during sleep after age 70 are linked to one silent and often overlooked factor: nighttime hypertension. While people typically monitor their blood pressure during the day, what happens while you're sleeping can be the real danger. Your blood pressure should drop at night to give your heart a rest, but for some seniors, it either stays high or even spikes. This pattern dramatically increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and sudden cardiac events in the middle of the night. What makes this particularly dangerous is that you often won't feel it. There's no dizziness, no pain. It happens quietly. That's why cardiologists recommend ambulatory monitoring, a 24-hour device that tracks blood pressure patterns, especially overnight. To take Patricia, 81, for example. She had always kept her daytime blood pressure under control, but her doctor suggested a 24-hour test just to be sure. The results showed her blood pressure wasn't dipping at night as it should, and instead, it spiked around 3 a.m. This led to adjustments in her medication schedule and likely prevented a serious health crisis. If you haven't had your blood pressure monitored at night, it's worth discussing with your doctor, especially if you wake up suddenly, have vivid dreams, or feel tired even after a full night's sleep. Simple changes like adjusting your medication, taking evening walks, or cutting back on salt can help regulate your blood pressure and protect your heart. Recognizing and managing nighttime hypertension is one of the most effective steps you can take to avoid dying in your sleep after 70. Number 2. Interrupted breathing during sleep. Another major but often overlooked warning sign is sleep apnea. Interrupted breathing during sleep. It doesn't just cause loud snoring or leave you groggy the next day. Untreated sleep apnea can quietly stress the heart, lower oxygen to the brain, and increase the risk of dying in your sleep. The tricky part is that many people don't realize they have it. They assume waking up tired is just a part of aging. In reality, pauses in breathing, gasping during the night, or waking up with a dry mouth or headache are all red flags. If left untreated, sleep apnea puts extra pressure on the heart, especially during those critical hours when your body should be resting and rejuvenating. Take Albert, 76, for example. A former truck driver, Albert prided himself on being tough, but his wife noticed he would stop breathing for seconds in his sleep. After agreeing to a sleep study, he was diagnosed with moderate sleep apnea and fitted with a CPAP machine. It wasn't comfortable at first, but after a few weeks he felt clearer, more rested, and had far fewer nighttime risks. If you sleep alone, it can be harder to notice the signs, but you can still track how you feel when you wake up and whether you find yourself drowsy during the day. Good sleep isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. If your breathing is interrupted during the night, your body isn't getting the rest it needs to stay healthy. The good news is that sleep apnea is manageable, but only if you take the time to look for it. If you're still watching and finding this helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend doing so and turning on the bell to make sure you don't miss any of our videos. Your support helps us keep creating valuable content for you. Let's continue. Number 3, poor bedroom air quality. Most people associate clean air with daytime activities, whether it's going for a walk or sitting in traffic. But what you breathe while you sleep can have a much more significant impact on your health than you might realize. The quality of air in your bedroom plays a far more critical role in sleep-related health risks than most older adults are aware of. As we age, our lungs become more sensitive, our circulation slows down, and our immune systems become less efficient. This means that pollutants, dust, mold spores, or even carbon dioxide buildup in a closed-off bedroom can silently place an enormous strain on our cardiovascular and respiratory systems while we sleep. This issue isn't always as dramatic as choking or gasping for air. It often shows up in more subtle ways, such as shallow breathing, irregular heartbeats, or unnoticed drops in oxygen levels, all of which can gradually weaken the heart over time. Let's take Walter, 76, as an example. Walter had always been a healthy sleeper, but over the years he began waking up feeling groggy and confused. His doctor initially attributed this to the natural aging process. But when his daughter brought over an air quality monitor, she found that carbon monoxide levels in his room were nearly double the safe range. The cause? He had been sleeping with the windows closed, no fan, and minimal airflow. After adding an air purifier and cracking a window open, even in colder weather, Walter reported deeper sleep and clearer mornings within just a week. Seniors who sleep in poorly ventilated rooms are unknowingly increasing their risk of stroke or sudden heart failure. Even everyday items like scented air fresheners, old carpeting, or accumulated pet dander can silently degrade the air quality around you. The good news is that improving bedroom air quality doesn't require expensive renovations. Simple actions like removing clutter, opening windows regularly, avoiding synthetic fragrances, using a high-quality HEPA air purifier, and checking for mold or mildew near windows or baseboards can make a big difference. It's not just about comfort, it's about survival. Your body heals and recovers during sleep, but if it's battling invisible toxins throughout the night, it's not healing, it's merely surviving, and that stress adds up. If you're over 70 and want to avoid dying in your sleep, the air you breathe while you rest should be treated with the same seriousness as what you eat while awake. Number 4, infrequent nighttime movement. It might sound unusual, but one of the subtle signals that something could be dangerously wrong during sleep is a lack of movement. Our bodies are designed to shift positions multiple times throughout the night, which helps regulate circulation, relieve pressure on our organs, and prevent carbon dioxide buildup in the lungs. But when a senior stops turning, shifting, or adjusting in bed, it can indicate something much more serious than simply being a still sleeper. Reduced movement during sleep has been linked to declining nervous system responsiveness, underlying heart irregularities, and even the early stages of neurodegenerative conditions. In some cases, it can be a precursor to nighttime cardiac events. Take the case of George, 84, a widower whose daughter noticed that his bed looked untouched each morning. At first, she assumed he was just a still sleeper, but during a routine checkup, doctors found signs of early-stage heart block. His body wasn't responding quickly enough to shifts in blood pressure, and during sleep, his system would go unnaturally still. After being fitted with a heart monitor and starting light cardio training, George's sleep became more active, and his heart rate variability improved. This change in sleep behavior may have added years to his life. It's important to understand that when the body becomes too still at night, it's often because the systems that normally protect us, such as our balance sensors, spinal reflexes, or subconscious muscle tone, are either shutting down or failing to respond. This isn't just a sign of aging, it's a potential warning. The good news is that you don't need expensive equipment to monitor this. Simply observe. Are your sheets rumpled in the morning? Is your pillow in the same place every day? Do you wake up in the same position every morning? If so, it may be time to bring this up with your doctor. Encouraging nighttime movement can be as simple as doing gentle stretches before bed, avoiding heavy sedatives unless necessary, and keeping the room at a temperature that promotes natural repositioning. Staying hydrated is also important, as it helps your body make slight movements to adjust to minor temperature or fluid changes. These little movements are a healthy sign, so if you notice a lack of them, it could be a warning sign. Stillness may seem peaceful, but after a certain point, it's no longer restful. It's a red flag. Being aware of this can make the difference between waking up the next morning and not. Growing older brings challenges, but it also brings opportunities for greater wisdom, awareness, and a renewed commitment to health. The tips shared in this video aren't meant to scare you, but to empower you. The truth is, many of the risks seniors face while sleeping can be addressed with small, meaningful changes. You don't have to overhaul your life. You just need to pay attention to the signals your body is sending, especially at night. Your sleep is more than just rest. It's one of the clearest reflections of your overall health. From the way you breathe to how your heart behaves to whether or not you shift positions during the night, each of these signs is a quiet messenger urging you to stay aware and proactive. So don't ignore the snore, don't dismiss the stillness, and don't brush off these warning signs. You've made it this far, and that alone says a lot about your resilience. But there's still more life to live, more mornings to greet, and more people who want you around for a long time. Let this video be a gentle reminder that you're worth protecting, even while you sleep. Use it as motivation to listen to your body, consult your doctor when necessary, and take the small steps that add up to a longer, healthier life. Thank you for watching. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it. Your thoughts are important to us, and reading your comments gives us motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.